May 6th. Nice day. I owe it all to BYND, this recent IPO that has just been absolutely on fire. Again, guys, this Beyond Meat BYND IPO'd price was 25 bucks. It opened at 46. And now here we are after the close, looking at getting over $76. It's only been open for 3 days. This thing's been red hot. We caught a nice little move on the day of the IPO. Okay, and then we caught another really nice move on BYND today. And really what we're going to be going over in this video is what you should be doing during lunchtime. Okay, because a lot of other traders, they either leave their desk during lunchtime, they go get something to eat, they go, run errands, whatever it is. Some traders just leave in general. Some traders are done trading by, 11 a.m. Okay, by 10:30. Some traders are done. They only trade the first hour of the day. That's not me. I trade the whole day. The afternoon session sometimes provides for really, really good opportunity. Other times the afternoon session could be dead. Okay, the morning session is definitely more active than the afternoon, but that doesn't mean that there's no opportunity in the afternoon. And there's, a very specific routine that I go through during lunchtime, during the day, that helps me identify and find the stocks that have high probabilities of giving you an afternoon trade and giving you an afternoon move. So I'm going to cover that with you guys because this is what I do during lunchtime, and this is how I was able to spot this BYND setup and nail it. Okay, guys, BYND, I entered this trade right here. Okay, and I'm still long some. I took some profit off into the close. Okay, here were my take profits actually on the trade were here as follows, and I still have a piece of the position. So I'm going to walk you guys through this trade setup. And really, this saved my day. I was slightly red in the morning. I had a SPY option trade that I made a little bit of money on, and then I took a loss on ESPR. So I was sitting red on the day, but this BYND trade was a really solid win. I got in at 68 and change, and like I said, we're trading up here at basically 75 bucks after the close. And I still have a piece of the position. Not a lot. I only have about 15% of my position. But still, I'm still in the trade, and it's working out really well. And this brought me well into the green on the day. And had I just shut it down at 11 o'clock, 11:30, I would have finished the day red. I never would have nailed this trade. So, I'm here the whole day, and we're going to go over, what it is that I do during lunchtime and what I think that you guys should be doing in order to find these setups. So, we're going to talk about this BYND. What I do, guys, during lunchtime is I go into scan mode. Okay, and I start to look for setups to add to my afternoon watch list. I basically treat the lunchtime session, which is from 12 to 2 I basically treat that as I would pre-market. And I basically go about treating the morning session and the afternoon session as almost 2 different days. You would never sit down at your desk at 9:20, okay, when the market opens at 9:30, and just expect to trade at 9:35 and you're looking at stocks for the very first time at 9:20. You would never do that. So what makes you think that you're going to sit back down at your desk at 1:50 and then catch an afternoon move? Okay, spend the lunchtime session scanning for setups, identifying opportunities, and create a watch list essentially for afternoon moves and afternoon potential. Just like you do in the morning when you sit down at your desk and you go over the pre-market movers and you try to identify and you create your watch list and you try to come up with a game plan for those stocks. You do the same thing during lunchtime. Okay, you identify the opportunities, you come up with the watch list, and you come up with a game plan for those stocks, and then you're ready to attack that afternoon move. The way that I go about this, guys, is that I look for specifically stocks that were strong in the morning. Okay, you find stocks that were strong in the morning, and you look for those stocks to hold key support levels during lunchtime. If a stock that was strong in the morning is going to break down okay, and it's going to give up its gains from early in the day, typically it'll do it during lunchtime. If a stock holds key support levels during lunchtime after it was strong in the morning, the chances of you getting an afternoon push increases. So what you want to look for is the stock holds key support levels from like 12 to 2, and as you come out of that lunchtime session, you start to get into that 2 o'clock hour, you look for volume to start to pick back up. And that's going to be your indication that you're ready to get that second leg or round 2 of the move from the stock that was strong early in the morning. Let's zoom this in a little bit. Okay, BYND had a gap down today, just like everything else gap down today, guys. We had a huge gap down in the SPY. We were down almost 500 points at the low of the day on the Dow. And this was because of some negative headlines that came out over the weekend. Yesterday, just on Sunday, between the U.S. and China trade talks, Trump saying that the truce of no tariffs between the U.S. and China ends on Friday, and saying I will move forward with new tariffs on Friday. And that spooked the markets and got people thinking that maybe the chances of a trade deal actually happening are lower than people initially thought. I think people are very much expecting there to be a trade deal. They feel that the U.S. and Chinese economies just have too much at stake to just be in an all-out, full-on trade war, and really to get no resolution. It'll do harm to both economies. China it'll do more harm to than it will the U.S. But both countries have a lot riding on this and have a lot at stake, so people feel like they're going to get a deal done. But some tweets by Trump and some news headlines that came out spooked everybody, and you had this big gap down in the market today. Those worries were eased a bit today. A couple more tweets from Trump that got people feeling much better about the situation, and really what fueled the gap down was the thought that the Chinese delegation that is due to come to the U.S. this week for more high-level trade talks. They thought maybe that they weren't going to come now, and if they didn't come, then that would bode very, very poorly for a potential deal, and it would make more tariffs come Friday very likely, and that's what kind of fueled the worries this morning. But after we had that initial gap down, we got some news that that delegation is still due to come to the U.S. They still are coming this week for talks. And that gave a relief bounce. You can see we took back a huge portion of that gap down. We're trading a little bit lower here after the close, but we took back a huge chunk of that gap down, which kind of saved the day. So BYND, along with everything else, gap down today, and then BYND gave us a red to green move. We were talking about BYND. It was on the watch list this morning, and right in here we were talking about watching BYND for a potential red to green move, and we got it. But I didn't trade it. So I missed this entire move, but we were talking about this for a red to green move. We were talking about it at 65, and I did not pull the trigger. It just kind of took off without me, and I never got another pullback. Once it started to make that push, I never got the pullback, and it kind of jumped me a little bit and then just took off and then just never looked back. So I missed that opening push, but I didn't even kick and scream about it. I didn't get upset that I missed that push and just because I missed it, throw it in the garbage and just not look at BYND anymore. You've got to take note of it. Okay, and that's what I did. I took note of that early morning strength. BYND was very, very strong in the morning. The stock went from 62.50 all the way to 72. So basically a $9.50 move from the opening bell. That's a strong stock. Okay, so then what I start to do is I start to draw out my Fibonacci retracement level, and I notice that the 38.2 Fibonacci level, okay, is starting to hold as a really nice, strong area of support. Okay, here you guys can see the 38.2 Fibonacci level starting to hold. Now we enter lunchtime. Okay, now we're looking for BYND to hold this level during lunch, and then if we are still holding this level, as we come out of lunchtime, you look for another continuation move back up to retest 72. 72 is a nice key little area for the stock, guys. You can see as I zoom this out, you can see this resistance back here on 72 from the prior day. Okay, from on Friday. So at 72 is a key area of resistance for the stock. So then we zoom this in. What I want you to notice here is this quick little tail that took us right through VWAP. Okay, this is why you guys don't see me trading during lunchtime, and instead I'm scanning during lunchtime. I'm looking for setups during lunchtime, and that is because you have to understand what just happened here and why you got this red candle, guys. This is basically other traders seeing the 38.2 Fibonacci level hold. They see VWAP beneath it. They get long anywhere in here going into lunchtime. Traders are getting long. They don't know that they really shouldn't be trading during lunchtime and initiating new positions during lunchtime. Rather be scanning like what I'm going over with you guys right now. And you get this pullback. They set their stop losses just below VWAP. You get this quick red candle. Everyone gets stopped out. The tail goes right down to where? Dead even with the 50 Fibonacci level, and then immediately retakes that level back. Okay, that's all that happened. Okay, a bunch of traders that got long in here in this consolidation at the 38.2 level, they all got stopped out under VWAP, and as soon as they got the stop losses triggered, the smart money came in, bought it right back up, and that support level started to hold again like it was never even violated. Okay, once I saw that and we immediately retook that support level, okay, once I saw that we immediately retook the support level, at this point I'm saying this is a great tier 1 entry. Okay, we've basically held this level during lunchtime. It's now 1:30, and we're going to start to come out of lunchtime, and we're still holding up real nice, real well. I'll take you guys to my trade announcements. Here you guys, let me zoom in. Okay, here you guys can see right here at 140, long a tier 1 BYND at 68.82. Okay, going to add tier 2 through 69.70. I'll show you why 69.70 in a moment. Okay, but let's go to that 89. Here it is. Okay, so there's the tier 1 entry as we're getting ready to come out of lunchtime. And I said that 69.70 area, guys, because of right here. You can see this little resistance area. Okay, this little congestion right here, this minor resistance during this moment of consolidation that I felt if we got over that we had a pretty clear shot at 72. So that's why I said look for that. To break above that level to get to a tier 2 position. Sure enough, we get up through 69.70. I add tier 2 at 69.85 was actually my execution. So we're looking at through 69.70. I get the tier 2 fill at 69.85. And you can see we push our way up towards 72. Now, we already know 72 is an area of resistance. We just talked about it. Not only is it the high of the day, as I zoom out, it's resistance from the day before. Here we are. So first things first, let me zoom in a little bit closer now for you. So here's tier 1, here's tier 2. My first take profit's in front of the high of the day. Right there is my first take profit. Take you back to my trade announcements. Here you guys can see just after 2 o'clock, took some profit, 71.33, still holding some. Okay, now I'm waiting to see, can we get up and squeeze through 72? I said to myself that if we can get through 72, the next stop should be 74, okay, which is this high. Okay, so there's really nothing there. So if we get through 72, we should see 74 pretty easily. Okay, now let's zoom this back in. Okay, you can see, guys, once we get up here, we kind of just pulled back and started to drift ourselves lower, but we never got back below this tier 2 entry point. Consolidated, and right before the close in power hour, we just exploded and we took off like a bat out of hell. We got up here. I took more profit off the table right before the close. So you guys can see at 349, took more profit off at 71.46. And then right before the bell at 356, 72.42, I took more off the table, okay, right there. And I'm still long a piece of this position. Okay, so what we're looking at now, here's the tier 1 entry, here's the tier 2. First take profit, which is 25% of the position. Second take profit, which is 50% of the position. Third take profit, which was like 10% of the position. I still have 15% of this trade. My stop loss on the rest of this piece will be somewhere around 72. And I'm looking for tomorrow a quick little move up towards like 77, maybe 78. And then that'll be my final take profit on this trade. It was a really nice trade, guys. Brought me back from red to green. I ended up finishing the day with a nice solid P&L day. But really, it's because of the work that I put in during lunchtime. Okay, and I'm not just done for the day at 11 o'clock. I spend that lunchtime session, those 2 hours, to try to find stocks that were strong in the morning. Analyze the setup. Are they holding key support levels? That key support level could be the 38.2 fib level. Oops, sorry about that. It could be the 38.2 fib level. It could be a previous high. It could be VWAP. It can be a combination of any of these things. Look for those stocks that are holding those levels, and then once you start to see that increase in volume coming out of lunchtime, that's your indication that you're ready to go. And as I zoom this in, Let's go back and zoom this in. Here you guys can see, okay, as we start to come out of lunchtime, here's 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock. You can see we start to get that increase in volume. As lunchtime comes to a close, we get into that afternoon session, and you get this big, strong extension move in the afternoon. It was a really good trade. Okay, it was a really nice trade. We'll look to see what happens with the market here tomorrow, and we'll look to see what goes on with BYND. Tomorrow's TGG Tuesday. I open the chat room up free for everybody tomorrow. If you want to come join me, watch me trade live. You see my screen, you hear me on the microphone. I go through my analysis and my trades in real time. You guys can go to truetradinggroup.com. On the upper right-hand corner, click on the little tab. It says TGG Tuesday. Register. You'll get a link that'll give you access to our chat room all day. We open up around 7:30 a.m. Eastern, close it down around 5 p.m. Eastern. I encourage your participation. I'd love to see some of the YouTube community come join us. We had a lot of the YouTube community there last week. And again, guys, it's completely free. So TrueTradingGroup.com, upper right-hand corner, TGG Tuesday, click on it, register. You'll get a link. And I hope to see you guys in chat. Take care.